Do you ever struggle to stay consistent with your health? Well, today I'm going to show you a two-part system that will end your start-stop cycle permanently. And if you don't hear this, you'll be restarting your health journey again every Monday for the 10th time forever. And here's what I've learned after all these transformations of doing this over a decade. The people who stay consistent for years aren't doing more than you, they just understand two categories of habits that almost nobody talks about. And stick with me in this video, because for the next few minutes, this might be one of the most important health frameworks that you've ever heard, and it might help you tie together all these concepts that you've had in the past into a simple system that you can gain traction with. See, you might already know the basic science of health. Eat protein, lift weights, drink water, sleep 7 hours, take the basic supplements like vitamin D. And you've likely tried most of those things and maybe seen some results, but you haven't made that big shift that you want to make. You know why? Because even though you may know the science of health, very few people have actually taught you the art of health. And the art means the managing of yourself as a real person with a real job, real responsibilities, and real energy limits. My name's Dr. Anthony Balduzzi. I've helped over 60,000 people transform their health. I'm talking about busy parents and professionals, people who've tried everything and keep falling off track. And before I give you the system, you need to understand why you keep starting and stopping, because it's not your fault from a basic level. Here's what's actually happening inside of your brain. When you start a new health kick, motivation is sky high. You're fired up. You buy the supplements. You meal prep. You go to the gym 5 days a week. You have this really motivating neurochemistry with all the dopamine surging. You're ready to make a change. But motivation is like a visitor. It doesn't live with you. It stops by, has coffee, and then leaves. Think of it like this. Motivation is a spark, but you've been trying to heat up your entire house with a spark. What you need is a furnace, something that runs even when the spark is gone. And that furnace, that is what I call anchor habits. And anchor habits are different than things called accelerators that we're going to talk about today as well. See, your health has two gears, anchors and accelerators. And here's the mistake that absolutely destroys most people's consistency. You've been jumping straight to accelerators without building anchor habits first. That's like trying to redline a car that barely runs. You're flooring the gas with all these fancy habits and techniques when you don't have the foundation of a good functioning engine. Let me show you exactly how to fix this with some practical step-by-step methods. Step number one, you need to identify your anchors. These are your non-negotiable minimums, the habits that hold even during your worst week. There are 4 anchor categories that I like to think of. Let's go through each one. Nutrition anchor number 1, have one go-to first meal of the day. Not some complicated recipe, something you can make in 5 minutes with basically zero thinking. For me, it's something like a protein smoothie or some fruit and eggs. These things are always in my fridge. I can get it done in 5 minutes. I don't need to think about it. Nutrition anchor number 2, morning hydration. This is water plus minerals first thing in the morning, before coffee, before anything. Number 3, having a daily protein target, around 100 grams divided between 2 to 3 meals. You don't need to overthink it, but this is an anchor number to aim for. And number 4, having fallback meals. What do you eat when everything falls apart? When you're exhausted and the fridge is empty, you need to have an answer to that. For me, something like a fallback meal is literally as simple as a tin of sardines with an avocado, or a handful of some arugula with extra virgin olive oil and some kind of protein on top. These are simple meals that require literally no cooking. They're already pre-made. These fallbacks are key because you're inevitably going to have stresses in your schedule that knock you off track. And with a fallback in place, you maintain momentum. That's the benefit of an anchor. Next, let's talk about movement anchors. And here's the thing, this is really important. Your anchor is your floor, not your goal ceiling. Minimum, one of my anchors is 1 to 2 strength training sessions per week. That's it, that's the floor. Lift weights once a week or twice. Plus some form of daily movement. Even a 5-minute walk counts. Your body is very smart. It responds to consistency as well as intensity. I think sleep anchors are so important. Consistent power down time for your screens, no caffeine after a certain set time. For most people, that's around 2 o'clock. A simple wind down ritual like 5 minutes of journaling, some reading, some prayer, whatever that is for you. And the last anchor is 1 meal prep session per week. Maybe Sunday you do a grocery shop, Maybe you batch cook a few things like your proteins and get your vegetables ready. You set yourself up for the week so that Monday doesn't ambush you. And here's the test. I want you to really hear this. If your worst week can still hold this habit, it's an anchor. If it falls apart when you travel, when you're stressed, when life gets crazy, it's not a strong enough anchor for you yet, so we need to make it more robust. And for those of you who travel a lot, I hear this all the time, your anchors often collapse when you're on the road. So here's the question for you. How do you transfer your anchors so they work in many locations? Maybe your breakfast home smoothie recipe becomes a hotel version. You bring a little blender, you DoorDash some berries, you pack your protein powder. It won't be identical, but you're still honoring the anchor. Maybe you have a morning movement anchor. How do you do that when you're away from home? Maybe it's a 5-minute walk outside. Maybe you have a simple routine of some squats and some push-ups and some wall sits that you do anywhere. If you really get diligent about making those anchors work in all these locations, you become consistent. You build that momentum. You keep on maintaining that momentum. That's what anchors give you. Here's another way to think about it. If someone stripped away all of your fancy supplements, all of the biohacks, all of the advanced tools, what behaviors would still keep you healthy? Those are your anchors. Now, let's talk about accelerators. These are those advanced tools. They're not daily requirements, they're often seasonal, and they happen when you have the capacity and the drive to do more. Remember the car analogy? Anchors are the engine running at baseline, wheels turning, everything working. Accelerators are when you redline it. High RPMs, you need to pass someone, you want to climb a hill, you want optimal performance. Let's talk about some exercise and training accelerators. This could mean increasing your workouts to 4 to 6 per week, adding in some sprint work or high intensity training, or even doing 2-a-days, like a strength workout in the morning plus a bike ride or run later in the day. When it comes to nutrition accelerators, maybe you do a multi-day fast for 2 to 5 days. Maybe you do some carb cycling or a more aggressive cutting phase where you're in a calorie deficit. In fact, I did a 6-day water fast last month. I got incredible health results. Obviously that's not sustainable, but that's the point. There are also recovery accelerators like doing more sauna or cold plunge, starting to do some breath work, going to a retreat, doing a digital detox or some personal growth programs. These accelerators are key, but you need to understand the entire fitness industry is designed to sell you accelerators, and nobody is making millions telling you about the anchors. Drink water, go for a walk. So here's the test. If you remove this habit right now, would your health collapse or would it just slow down? If it collapses, your anchors are weak and you're not ready for accelerators. If your progress just slows down, it's a true accelerator and you're using it wisely. Now, before I get into the most common questions people ask me about this habit system, and some of these questions are gonna surprise you, I wanna share something really cool. I put together a free 1-week planning guide that maps out this entire anchor and accelerator framework with a fill-in-the-blank worksheet and actual recipes and workouts and your personal system that you can follow. It takes around 10 minutes and it's going to save you a ton of time and guesswork. So check the link in the description. It's completely free. Grab it. I'll send it to you via email. I'm going to give you email training over the next week to help you make this stuff an actual true routine in your life so you see the results you want. All right, so let's get into the questions that you've been submitting on this topic. Question 1, Dr. Balduzzi, what if I don't know what my anchors are? Well, I'll say start with the subtraction test. Strip away everything. What is the bare minimum that keeps you functional and healthy? That's your starting point. For most people, it's this: water in the morning, 1 decent anchor meal, and then moving your body in some kind of standard minimum. Build from there. Question 2, will I lose muscle if I only train twice a week as my minimum anchor? No. 2 quality strength training sessions per week is enough to maintain, and for many people, even build. Muscles work as long as you're lifting heavy weight and giving enough intensity. The research is clear on this. You can get stronger. Twice a week is enough as a floor, and when times are good and you have the capacity, you can do more. Question 3, how long before I add accelerators on top of my anchors? Honestly, I'd say most people who are getting healthy need at least 3 months of rock solid anchors before they're ready to do accelerators. Here's the thing, those 3 to 6 months of anchors will produce better results than 3 to 6 months of unsustainable accelerators that you quit and fall off track on. Question 4, what if my family doesn't eat healthy? How do I actually create healthy eating anchors? Your anchors are your anchors. You're not asking your family to change, you're just making sure that your water, your protein, your workouts happen regardless. And when your family sees your consistency, not your lectures, your true consistency, that's when they start to ask questions come along. So you might need to flex some discipline to make sure that you have your own breakfast routine, you carve out some own time and personal space to get the exercise in. This is about your health, and your health and your anchors can't be contingent upon those around you. They need to be yours in your personal power. Question 5, is this safe if I have a medical condition? Anchors, by definition, are conservative and sustainable, but always consult your doctor before making any new protocol, especially the use of accelerators. The beauty of this system of thinking is that the anchor phase is just so moderate that most healthcare providers will fully support it. Eating healthy food, hydrating more, getting sunshine, and walking. Question 6, what if I fall off? Do I start over? No, and this is super cool. That's the whole point of this thinking system. When you fall off, you don't start over, you just fall back into your anchors and ask conscious questions about how do I strengthen them? What maybe derail them in this case, and how do I make them more robust into the future? So in fact, every time you hit a challenge, it gives you a chance to shore up, gain more perspective, and gain more solidity moving forward. Question number 7, can I use this for my mental health too? Absolutely. Your mental health anchors might be something like this: 5 minutes of journaling, getting some daily sunshine, having one conversation with someone you trust, having a consistent bedtime. The same framework these anchors hold you. The accelerators like therapy intensives, retreats, deep meditation practices, these push you forward when you're ready. So let me leave you with this in summary. Anchors keep you healthy. Accelerators help you change faster, and wisdom, real wisdom, is knowing which season you're in right now and which tool to deploy. When I look at my year, there are typically 2 to 3 windows where I really push hard. I'm in one right now. I'm training 5 to 6 days a week and I'm loving it. But this will shift as new seasons come, as demands with my family and my daughter increase, as my travel increases. It's a dance. And the question isn't how hard I can go. The question is, where am I at in my dance right now? So here's your homework. 3 things. First, write down 3 to 5 of your non-negotiable anchors across your nutrition, your movement, your sleep, and your mental health. Second, stress test them. Do they survive travel? Do they survive your worst week? If not, simplify them or make them stronger until they do. Third, identify one accelerator you'd like to earn, and then be honest, are your anchors strong enough to support it? If not, build the foundation first and plan your accelerator a little bit later in the year. Your health isn't a sprint, it's not even a marathon, it's literally a system, and now you have a way to think about this. If this framework clicked for you, hit the like button and subscribe as well. I make content like this every single week designed for real people with real busy lives who refuse to give up on their health. This is Dr. Anthony Balduzzi from Fit Father and Fit Mother signing off. Check the description. I'll send you that free 1-week plan, plus the worksheet on the anchors and accelerators that includes recipes, follow-along workouts, and ways to make your health and fitness sustainable, because that's what you need. I'd love to see you over at our websites as well. fitfather.com, fitmother.com, and of course in all of our future videos. Hit the like button, subscribe. I'll see you around the channel, my friend. Thank you for your time today, and I'll talk to you very soon.